In the Factor follow-up segment tonight, the fallout continues tonight over power couple Jay-Z and Beyonce's recent vacation to Havana. Critics wondered if they broke the law by traveling there, but the U.S. Treasury Department cleared up the matter, saying the trip was pre-approved under an embargo exemption. Still, rapper Jay-Z felt compelled to address the controversy with a delightful new song.
I done turned Havana to Atlanta. Boy from the hood, but got White House clamors. Politicians never did for me, except lie to me, distort history. Wanna give me jail time and the fine? Fine, let me commit a real crime. Obama said chill, you gon' get me impeached. You don't need this anyway, chill with me on the beach. I'm in Cuba, I love Cubans. This communist talk was so confusing.
I think that song is now on Lou Dobbs' iPod. Joining me now from L.A., UCLA political science professor Mark Sawyer, who studied in Cuba, and from Irvine, California, Newsmax entertainment reporter James Herson, author of the book Hollywood Nation. I'll go to you first, Mr. Herson. Did the song move you the way it moved me? I almost teared up.
No, me too. Matter of fact, I need to wipe the tears from my eyes. But look, he talked about loving Cubans. And the problem is that if Beyonce and Jay-Z had grown up in Cuba, they would not be free to create the kind of artistic expressions that have made them successful. Moreover, as Senator Marco Rubio has pointed out, a very famous Cuban rapper, Angel Arriaga, is rotting in a Cuban prison. It would have been nice if they had visited him, and, you know, it wouldn't be free to have these lyrics. And what we have now is a rap credibility gap because, as you pointed out, the lyrics explicitly talk about conversations with Obama, that the president is the one, the White House gave him clearance, and now the White House is saying, no, that isn't true. If the White House is taking great pains to back away from this, does that mean that maybe there's something wrong with it?
Well, I don't know.
Answer yes.
I don't think this would be the first time a hip-hop song exaggerated something. I seem to remember all of them do in one way or the other. Professor Sawyer, you have an interesting theory. You say that when ultra-rich celebrities visit Cuba, it actually undermines the regime. Explain.
I mean, just the success and all the other things that go with that. I mean, first of all, like, I just want to point out that, you know, I'm an expert on Cuba. I wrote a book about Cuba. I spent almost a year there, and people who don't know about it, I mean, interacting with Cubans is about changing hearts and minds, and having rich American celebrities hanging out in Havana showing how rich and wonderful and beautiful they are doesn't sort of, you know, amplify the message of communism. In fact, it undermines, and this is exactly the kind of things we should be doing. Our embargo policy is insanity. It hasn't changed for 50 years, and it hasn't undermined the regime. Marco Rubio's an idiot that doesn't know anything about it. He's completely emotional about the policy. And the fact is that Treasury issues the licenses. Treasury issued my license, and you know how I got it? It was taking a long time. Treasury's very slow. I called my senator and asked them to have someone call Treasury, and they did, and my license was there the next day. And so I was able to travel, do my research, and write my book, some of which is critical of the regime, some of which, you know, talks about things they did, like the literacy campaigns. But the point is that we need to engage more with Cuba, and Jay-Z and Beyonce being there is just the right way to go. And I just don't know what the controversy about. I mean, I think on some hand, it's like people want to say something negative about Jay-Z because they're too, and Beyonce because they're too beautiful, good-looking, rich, and having too good of a time. And the other part of it is just, you know, the sort of right-wing imaginary machine about Obama. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Marco Rubio an idiot actually helps your argument? It kind of makes you look stupid.
No, it doesn't.
No, it does,
if Marco Rubio knew a thing about what would undermine
why
Cuba
is him
policy,
being critical of two celebrities going there and being pawns in a propaganda machine? Why is pointing that out idiotic? One might argue that you have an obsession with celebrities and you think it's awesome that they can go there and that they can get free breaks from Treasury because they're best friends with people in the administration. However, I'm not calling you an idiot for that. I'm just disagreeing with you because I'm a nice person. At least that's what I've been told.
Okay, so let me respond to this, right? So did I get a special break when I get my license? Did UCLA just get a special break when they got a license to take students there? So this is routinely done. So one, you're wrong about that. Two, Marco Rubio doesn't know that
Professor
nothing
Sawyer- No, I was
undermines
talking
Cuban
about- I was talking
communism
about-
more than Americans visiting Cuba.
You didn't-
That's what undermines it. There's no communist propaganda machine. Jay-Z makes millions of dollars a
there are
year. How does that
people- okay,
jive
But you're not
with Cuban
buddies with the
communism?
president.
Yes, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Jay-Z. But I want to bring James into this. What I find interesting, and I'm sure this is also in the professor's book, the fact that Jay-Z wears a Che Guevara shirt. I don't remember Che Guevara being very nice to blacks. Do you?
Not at all. Che Guevara was the trigger man. There are thousands of people who were murdered based on Che Guevara working for the Castro administration, the previous Castro administration. And look, the repression in
Wait
Cuba
a
is
second. Che
unprecedented.
Guevara
Let him finish.
went to Angola
Let him
and fought
finish.
with
You
Patrice
talk for a while.
to
Professor
liberate,
Sawyer.
Please be
to
quiet,
liberate
man.
Zaire.
Yeah, and look,
Che Guevara
and the fact
fought in
is, when
Africa
you,
to liberate them from
Professor
colonialism.
Sawyer talks. Hold on. When you talk about engagement and you're talking about the embargo, that's a separate conversation, and the engagement has to be conditioned upon something, a change in human rights.
I mean, I'm all for
Says who?
changing the embargo. What I'm saying is, couldn't celebrities do a little bit of homework before they go? I mean, I have a feeling Beyonce thinks Raul Castro is a member of Santana. I don't think they actually take any effort to know the history. If they did, if Jay-Z knew about the history of Cuba, he wouldn't be wearing a Che Guevara shirt, would he?
No, I think if he knew about the history
he
of
just
Cuba,
might.
he would have made it a point to visit the rapper who's in prison for being part of the very same profession that Jay-Z is part of.
Yeah. The point
James
is,
doesn't know what he's talking about because he doesn't know about Black August, where black rappers have been going down and working with Cuban rappers for over a decade. A lot of rappers have gone. Mos Def, Talib Kweli.
Boy.
You guys can't even pronounce their names, and that's
This
what
is
happens
great.
with people who don't know what they're talking about.
Have you
jump
ever heard
into
of the
something
phrase
that,
useful
that when
idiot?
they don't know.
have you ever heard of the phrase useful idiot? You almost qualified.
Like Marco Rubio?
All right. We got to go. Thanks.